Hey guys, welcome to another Anon Grinning video. Today I have another rare weapon review for you on Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, and it is the L89 Halberd assault rifle. So it has 94 damage, 300 rate of fire, 12 max clip size, 84 max ammo, 60 accuracy and 25 weight. As per usual, there are no modifications on the weapon or skills invested in my character to improve it in any way, so without further ado, let's get into gameplay. All gameplay is recorded in silver as per usual. So the Halberd, again apologies on pronunciation, is an awful gun. It is probably the worst gun I have used in Andromeda multiplayer, and that is saying something considering all of the awful guns you have probably seen in my prior videos. And it basically feels like a worse version of the Matic in many respects. So let's get into each stat individually. Obviously, if we're looking at an appalling gun, it obviously means it doesn't do very much damage. Each bullet does not feel like it is useful. It feels like you're using a BB gun. As you can see in a lot of these clips, when I get shots off on enemies, it doesn't take away a lot of their health. Also getting critical hits with this weapon, as you can see a lot of the time I'm getting a lot of headshots off and getting the critical hit across, so it can be due to game input error that I'm not getting headshots, and that may be why they're not very damaging. Headshots themselves and critical hit shots are not damaging in the slightest. As you can see, I can get as many as I want off on a stationary target, and they don't even flinch. It just seems like you're basically shooting BBs at them, and this can lead to you having to put in a lot of bullets, a lot of clips just to kill a single brute enemy. Moving on to rate of fire, and often damage and rate of fire for me go hand in hand. I don't mind having a gun with low damage per bullet if I have a high rate of fire, obviously, but the rate of fire on the gun is not very good. It's worse than the Matic. As you may know, the Matic as of patch 1.5 did get an upgrade. It meant that due to coding errors, the Matic could fire faster. It could basically fire as quickly as you pull the trigger. This gun does not seem as if it fires as quick as you can pull the trigger. It does seem to have a bit of delay to it, so the rate of fire isn't very good. So this goes hand in hand with the damage of the bullet. If this gun fired faster, maybe I wouldn't have such a quibble with damage, but as you feel like you're firing those very low powered bullets very slowly, it just doesn't feel like a good payoff. It doesn't feel like these two stats go hand in hand very well. Moving on to max clip size, obviously max clip size is going to be a problem. It's a clip size of 12, but often you feel like you have to put maybe a clip and a half into normal brute enemies just to kill them, and that is obviously a problem. Obviously, if the gun did more damage, which I'd hope that would be patched in with, and this gun would get a buff, it definitely needs to do more damage. That clip size may be alright, but as current, that is not a good clip size, because you do end up getting an enemy to about 1/4 of their health within the clip, and then they can either attack you while you're left reloading for 2 or 3 seconds. That's something else to mention. This gun does have a very long reload time. While the longest in the games, you are vulnerable for about 2 or 3 seconds. Or when it comes to getting that enemy down to quarter health, they can then either run away and you can't finish them off and a teammate takes the kill or something like that. So again, its clip size is not at all useful, especially at its current state with its damage. Max ammo I also found to be a problem. Obviously, if I'm putting in a clip and a half into enemies, I very quickly do run out of ammo. You do find that you are putting a lot of bullets in to just kill a brute enemy. This means with its max ammo of 84, you're putting out in a clip and a half, so that's what, 18 bullets. You do end up only killing 4 or 5 enemies before having to revisit that ammo box. That can be a problem. It may not be a problem because you can be very active using the Halberd just because it is an assault rifle, but again, it's one of those guns that you're going to want to use when you're moving quite slowly. Obviously, you have to be quite accurate with it, because headshots are definitely what you're going to be wanting to go with this gun, and the fact that it is a very low rate of fire and you do have to be concentrating on constantly pulling that trigger. You can't really spray and pray with the weapon, so you do end up moving quite slowly, and this may hinder you getting to ammo boxes and crates, etc. Accuracy is probably the only standout feature of this gun. As you can see, I am very eligible in getting a lot of headshots, etc., critical hit spots, just because it does have quite good accuracy. You don't get a lot of bullet spread. It is very much where you aim is where you're going to hit. So that is probably the only good redeeming feature about the gun. It does have good accuracy, but there are other assault rifles like the Matic that have good accuracy, so I would recommend those above this Halberd, which is of rare class compared to that uncommon Matic that I keep comparing it to and say it's slightly worse than. So onto its weight again is going to be a problem, just because I'm going to say it's a problem because it's a low damaging weapon. It's not doing much. This gun having weight and hindering your cooldowns on weapons is an issue for me. Why would you have it? That weight is just wasted weight, because you could be using that weight on a more viable weapon. That is my opinion on weight. The weight's too high just because the gun doesn't do anything. You're better off using that weight on another gun. The gun slot that you put it in, whether it's your slot 1 or 2, is better off being used for another weapon, because this gun is absolutely awful and useless. I wouldn't even recommend modifying it. I don't see that doing very much when you could use those modifications on other better assault rifles. Granted, a lot of assault rifles aren't great, but they do stand out a lot more and do appear great if you are to compare them to this bloody Halberd. So there we go, that is the review. Overall, the Halberd is an awful gun. I absolutely hated it. It's probably the worst assault rifle on the game, and it is absolute dog shit. Some of you may enjoy it just because it is quite an accurate gun, but if you're going to be taking this into gold, you are absolutely crazy and you will be letting your team down. This is a very vocal review, a very angry review. You may feel like I'm digging at you. Some of you may like the Halberd, but if you do want to leave a comment and say, yeah, I do enjoy it, so I can see that there are people out there that may see my opinion as wrong, and I may even reconsider if a lot of you come out and say you like this gun. But at current, if you get packed this gun and you haven't used it, don't use it. There are so many better weapons out there. Use a sniper rifle. If you want a gun with good accuracy like this gun has, use a sniper rifle, because those bullets will be doing a lot more damage. So there we go, that is my review. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Leave your feedback and have a nice day.